Hey folks, it's Woody here at USA Made Blade and just coming to you from the shop tonight. Very excited to do this overview of the ZT0456 Carbon Fiber Sprint Run, or ZT0456CF as you will call it. If you've ever watched our videos in the past or you know anything about me, you know the original ZT0456, the full tie version, has been one of my favorite knives ever made. And to prove it, I brought mine for the review. So I have anodized this thing, lasered it, messed with it. You can tell, I mean, I'd cleaned this up just a couple days ago, and I use this knife all the stinking time. It's just a beast of a knife and loves to be used. So the 456 carbon fiber, man, this is overdue. I hate that it's a sprint run. I wish it was a full production. But man, it's, you know, the number one complaint that everybody had when this knife came out. Now there were multiple complaints, but let's go with the number one complaint was the weight. So everybody just said it was too damn heavy. They wanted the scales milled, or they wanted carbon fiber. They wanted something to lighten it up. And everybody said it's not under that 5-ounce range, and we want this knife, but we want it under 5 ounces. Well, there you go. So they nailed it. It's 4.9 ounces. It couldn't have done a better job with that. Still, everything else about it is the exact same as the other 456. Well, yeah, even the steel, 20 CV, and just still a tank of a knife. Get that great purchase, great feel in hand, especially for you guys like me that have pretty big hands. This knife just feels great in the hand. Flips fantastic. Honestly, I think it flips a little, not quite as good as the full tie version, but it really does flip well. And very smooth, no doubt about it. And grab my note sheet. It's stupid sharp out of the box. So don't worry if you think you're purchasing this one, because this one's mine. But anyway, these came in. I'm sorry the overview's a little late to get to you, but these did come in right as we were having our open house, along with the ZT0640. And see if I can get this to show any better. I might have to use my cheater piece again, but we're stoked about them. Absolutely stoked about them. So let's talk to you about the overall specs on these. You're looking at 8.5 inches in overall length. Oh, sorry, wrong note card. 7.7 inches in overall length. You're looking at 4.5 inches closed, 3.25 inch 20 CV blade, and like I said earlier, 4.9 ounces. So this isn't a review. I don't like doing reviews, but this is an overview. But I am just going to share what it is that I've loved about this knife. It's just, I work every day cutting up, tearing into boxes, cutting up stuff for packaging, cutting tape, everything else, constantly putting a knife on a board and cutting. I use my knives every day, and this one just fits the bill for all those things that you're gonna have in daily use, especially those that deal with a lot of boxes, a lot of things coming in, and it just does a fantastic job with it. So feels good in the hand, like I've already addressed that, and just a good looking overall knife. So another thing that ZT addressed with this is one of the bigger complaints that we had with the 456, the original 456, was all the blue, the blue pivot, the blue clip, just too much blue on it, the shiny blue backspacer that didn't quite match. Well, you can forget about that, because everything on this one's black. So you got your black pivot, everything's black, your black backspacer, your black pocket clip. So they took care of those concerns for people as well. So if you haven't tried out a 456, I highly, highly recommend it. It's just a fantastic beast of a knife. And if the full tie, weight of the full tie version bothered you, or the colors or whatever, then this might be the knife for you. So we're gonna move straight into it. We're not gonna cut and edit or do anything like that. give you guys some size comparisons with this knife, especially those that never wanted to try the original 456 because of weight. So let's just run through some of them, and we'll start with the knife that came in at the same time. And this is the new production ZT0640. This is the Emerson collaboration. And guys, this is mostly just to give you an idea of size, overall length, all those things. Next up, the ZT0609. This happens to be the blue-black, the Sprint Run. God, I wanted to say limited edition. That's just stuck in my head. And obviously smaller, definitely not as excuse my little cheap piece of paper there to keep my knife up a little bit, but you know, not as thick in the hand. And just throwing in an 0450 for good measure. Give you an idea there. And throwing another 452. If you just watched our 640 video, then some of these are going to look familiar, but there are some different ones in here. So this is a 452 white carbon fiber Sprint Run. And then one of my other favorites that they've done this past year that didn't take off as well as I was hoping it would, but it's a great knife, is the 393 Stonewash Sprint Run. And similar, these two compete well. So up next, always got to throw in the ZT0456CF, one of our best sellers. And put this one in front real quick. I mean, very, very comparable in a lot of ways, just you get more blade length out of the 5.62 CF. So it kind of depends upon what size knife you want to carry. Next up, gotta throw in a Hinder Jurassic. So I personally, for me, this has the drop edge on it, and this just kind of has that hump that comes up that Sinkovich designed. And honest to God, it's why I think both knives are just great workhorse knives. So hopefully that helps some of you out that are Hinder and ZT fans. Also gonna throw in a couple other Hinders because we're a big Hinder dealer. This is the XM18 3-inch, and then the XM18 3.5, and said this in the other video, I'll say it again, this is the paramilitary 3. Sorry we don't have any paramilitary 2s in stock right now to compare to it, but actually it's pretty similar in size to the paramilitary 2. And then the Southern Grind Spider Monkey, because we always like to shout out to our guys over at Southern Grind. And then the Benchmade Bug Out. So hopefully that gives you guys kind of a good variety to see what this knife is all about and its size. But carbon fiber on it is very good looking. Like I said, knife flips great. At 20 CV steel, comes out of the box just razor sharp from ZT. They always do a great job with that. And I, point out again that black hardware, black backspacer, and weighing in at 4.9 ounces. Guys, this is tough to beat. Very tough to beat. This is a Sprint Run, so they're not going to be around forever. And we do have them in stock, so I hope you'll check them out at usamadeblade.com. As always, thank you for watching.